So, a foundational tool that can become an Excel spreadsheet if that makes your heart sing, or it can be a very simple kind of mental filter, or it can be a collage or a drawing if you're really visual and creative. The model itself is here in the lesson just below the video. And these are the spheres of impact. And so this is a really simple, by design, universally human framework that has emerged out of the last 12 years or so of working with high-performing, ambitious, impact-seeking leaders and my own life to realize that there are 6 areas in which we all have impact throughout our lives, and they ebb and flow, and in some seasons are more dominant than others, but they're always there. They are always the 6. There's a little bit of gray sometimes or overlap, but I have yet to find anyone who gives me an activity they did or an investment of energy that they made that doesn't fit into one of these 6 spheres. And so I'm going to share these with you because that'll be kind of the baseline for this action, right, of 3D leadership, and the tracking, the mapping, the noticing, the awareness of where we are, how we're investing our time, attention, energy, and money, and then how we want to evolve that gradually to be more aligned, more 3D, closer to our all. So the first foundational, intentionally central sphere of impact is self. All of the activities, all the energy we spend on keeping ourselves healthy, happy, fit, grounded, mindful, connected, right? All of that. The breakfast you cook, the exercise you do, the ways that you keep yourself happy, whether it's petting a dog or taking a dance break, these are all self-investments, and they are absolutely foundational. They're not indulgent, or they can be indulgent, and that is not a bad thing. They have very real ripple effects, right? I know that when I get my morning routine right, I am better on stage. I am more effective and helpful for clients in solving difficult issues. I am certainly a better spouse and dog parent and step parent. So that's self. Next, around that, we have family and friends. And so these are all the investments you make in those people, right? Biological or chosen, the nearest and dearest, the way that you care for elders, the way that you raise brave, courageous, empathetic humans, all of that goes in the family and friends sphere. And these are kind of below the fold. I start there, though, because we often undervalue these investments, but they are critical and they are so impactful, right? Arguably, there is nothing in our lives that will be more impactful than how we raise our children or partner with our partner and help enhance their lives and their best selves. Above the fold are the things that often, probably many of you, and I know many people I work with, have thought of more frequently as their impact. And so first and foremost, job. The bullets of the job description that you are in, whether that's one job or whether that's a lot of things that you do as a contractor freelancing, but those are the things that some entity, your company, your employer, pays you or somehow compensates you to do. That's the job. And so there are tons of ways you can have impact there, right? Whether it's cancer research or teaching children or structuring investment deals in a way that is equitable to all parties, right? Any job on the planet can have impact in this sphere. And secondly, I separate the workplace sphere because so many examples I've seen of people, particularly in the private sector, right, in corporate land, have really powerful levers for impact, not necessarily in their job titles, those might be there as well, but in the workplace, by being part of or forming a women's resource group or being part of a green team to help think about the environmental footprint of that company beyond kind of the core function of ESG in a more cross-functional way, right? Helping with recruiting in audiences that may not have been traditionally represented, right? These are all things that may not be your job per se, your role, but they are ways you can engage at your workplace and have real impact. Next is community. So these are the ways you engage, not family, not work, but in the neighborhood or online with a virtual community in your industry or another interest group you might have, all the ways that you pour into that and enhance people's lives, maybe create research, create resources, any of that are community impacts. And finally, money. Not an accident that this is here. It doesn't always come into these leadership or legacy conversations, but it should because it's real no matter how much you've got. In money, we're talking about what you buy as well as what you donate and what you invest in. And so if you bought paper towels this month, you had a choice, right? Are you going to buy from a Fortune 100? And nothing necessarily wrong with that, but you could also buy from a B Corp, a company that is certified to be good for the world because of its environmental, human, social, and governance practices. You could make that choice with your $8 or so. Paper towels seem to be quite expensive these days, but you could choose that. Even if you're not investing tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, those purchases on an everyday level are powerful. Are you buying local? Are you buying from minority-owned businesses? Are you buying from companies that align with your values, no matter where or how big they are? That is a powerful choice and a path for impact. As are, of course, donations and investments, which also, in this day and age, there are myriad ways to donate small, donate regularly, impactfully, transparently, and then, your investments, even if it's a very small retirement account or IRA, you can find very accessible low fee or no fee products that are screened for certain negative industries that you might not want to support, or that have a positive impact in the gender policies, for example, at that company, or other factors that might mean the most to you. So these are the 6 spheres of impact. Again, simple. It can be a really fun weekly or quarterly Excel project. I love that personally. It can also be a sketch or a drawing or a journal on this diagram that you can download here. But it's a simple accountability tool to keep us all tracking. Is our action aligned with our desired outcomes? Are we leading in 3D? Are we working toward having our all?